This is the Unseen Therapist coming in with another video. Today I wanted to talk about something a little bit different. I wanted to talk about why do some people feel the need to add insult to injury when someone is telling their problem, they're telling the issue, they're being honest about something. Why do some people feel the need to add insult to injury by insulting you, by making you feel worse, you know, than what you previously felt? I'm gonna get into why people do stuff like that. And just like what's his name? Yunitro Films. Yeah, Yunitro Films. If I'm saying that right, Yunitro. He did a video about people always, it makes it hard to be honest, especially when you say things like, especially when somebody asks you a question about your employment status, it's kind of like, oh, well, if you tell them the truth, and it's like you feel like you have to lie just to avoid, the ridicule that comes with it. The look of disgust that people have because they're like, oh no, you don't have a job, like, oh no, you have too much free time, like, oh no. But most people, if they have to insult you or they have to make you feel like crap because you don't have a job or you don't have any hobbies or you don't really know what to do, well, just know this, man, that you know they're mostly projecting their frustration on the things or things that they don't either want to do, or they're projecting their own insecurities onto you. They're projecting their own uh, sense of lack onto you. So they're using you as a verbal punching bag to sort of like make you feel bad about yourself. And I'm not saying these people have low self-esteem, but most of the time it does stem from insecurity, because why would you need to insult someone, kick a person while they're down? I don't really understand that. Why does a person feel the need to kick a person while they're down? At most, you should be like, hey, what can I do to help you? That should be the real question. It shouldn't be, oh, you're lazy. Oh, you're sorry. Oh, what? What are you doing with your life? Like, you're just wasting your life away, and it's like, and it's not only that. I mean, you could talk about, like, for example, like internet trolls, for example. Like, internet trolls, like, you can say something, and only thing they're looking for is a reaction. They're just looking for a reaction out of you. That's all they're looking for. They're looking for you to react in a negative way, or sometimes to laugh. But when they're doing it in a way to make you feel upset, to like cyberbully you, they're pretty much like, projecting, you know, their insecurities onto you. So you say that you have a problem, or you feel insecure about your weight, or you feel like you're too overweight, or you feel like you're not as active as most people are, like you barely get out of the house and stuff like that. It's like the person would be like, because they kind of narcissistic, so they're gonna be like, well, well, you need to, get your fat F, up, and you need to do this and do that, and you can be as generous as to show a photo of yourself and show what you look like, and then a person will insult you, like, oh, you're ugly, you're unattractive, like, you need to get off of social media and all this other stuff. Like, people do stuff like that all the time. But the thing that gets to me is back to the topic, the main topic, is why do people feel the need to insult or have some type of input on what somebody else is doing with their life? Like, you need to focus on your own life. Stop trying to meddle into what I'm doing or what I'm not doing. Focus on your life. Focus on what you got going on. Stop worrying about me and what I'm doing or not doing, because it's not affecting you. And that's what I don't get about people. People who have this mindset, they have to focus on somebody else. They have to focus on what somebody else is doing, not doing. And they have to, and sometimes some people, they come off in a way as to care, because they want you to do better. But you just got those individuals that every time you look around, they're always trying to figure out what you're doing, and if it's something that, they don't want to hear in their ears, or they don't like what you say, then they're going to be like, oh, well, they're going to throw that little insult, or they're going to do that little thing and all the other stuff. Like, why can't you just focus on your own life? And it's like, if you're going to be, and the thing is, it all boils down to empathy. Like, if you lack empathy, okay, if you're going to ask a person a question, why are they doing this, or why are they doing that, this way and that way, or why are they not doing this and doing that, and you ask them an honest question, and then they give you an honest answer, and then you just say, oh, well, you just give an insult, like, and it's just like, it just hurts me. It just hurts me when people do stuff like that. I'm trying to learn to not let it bother me, but write in the comments if you guys been dealing with stuff like this, like, like, to where, like, it kind of make you, like, question your position sometimes. But sometimes you just gotta ignore people, because sometimes, like, it could be family, or it could be, a random acquaintance, or somebody you just see every now and then, or whatever. But like, if it's like a family member, and they're always hounding you about what you're doing or what you're not doing, just know that, I mean, if it's out of care, if it's out of, okay, I want to see you do better, if they're telling you that they want to see you do better, and they want you to, get the best out of life, they don't want you to settle for less, then that's a different story. But if you have a person in your life that's just, they always have something negative to say about you, whatever you do, whatever you don't do, they just have something negative to say. They just always under their breath, just talking, just talking. It's like you the center. It's like you the main chorus of everything in their life. It's like your life revolves around. It's like your life revolves around them. Like, they just so into what you got going on and what you don't got going on, that it's just pathetic. It's like how what I do and don't do is affecting you in any way. That's what I don't get about these people, man. Like how is my inactivity or activity is affecting you? It's only affecting me. Now, if you're saying it out of concern, if you're saying it in an empathetic way, like, hey, well, I feel that you should. If you're giving a person a suggestion, that's different than hurling an insult and saying like, oh, well, you're a horrible person. You shouldn't do that. And like, saying stuff like, like, what are you doing with your life? You just a bomb and all this other stuff. Like, if a person's saying stuff like that, then they either have a superiority complex about them, they have some type of superiority complex where they are narcissistic and they think that they are better than you because of their job or whatever, how much money they make. And they think that they're better than you for some odd reason. They have this notion in their mind that the money that they make, things that they can buy, somehow means something when it really doesn't. Especially if you're a conscious person. Like, if you're a conscious person, you notice that you notice this when it comes to dealing with people like this. They just forever, I don't know, like they just forever gotta have their insults. But the only thing I gotta say is just do you. Don't worry about what they say. Don't worry about their opinions. Just keep doing you. Only you get to live your life. Nobody gets to live it for you. Peace. Take care. Untamed Therapist is signing out.